Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal secures the vote of confidence, 157 votes in his favour, 110 against him. Nepali Congress General Secretary says individuals facing public charges should not be in the cabinet, demands answers from the Prime Minister regarding disputed ministers. The United Nations says a new land route has been used to deliver food to northern Gaza for the first time in 3 weeks. And Papua New Guinea thumped Nepal by 86 runs to lift the triangular T20 International Series title in Hong Kong. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has received the vote of confidence for the third time in 14 months. Dahal received 157 votes in his favour, while 110 voted against him, with one opting to not vote. Today's meeting of the House of Representatives was attended by 268 parliamentarians. Dahal had the support of CPN Maoist Centre, CPN UML, Rashtra Swatantra Party, Janata Samajwadi, Unified Socialist and Nagarik Unmukti Party. Nepali Congress, Rashtra Prajatantra Party, Loktantrik Samajwadi, Janamat and Nepal Mazdoor Kisan Party did not provide support to the Premier. The Prime Minister had to take the vote of confidence as former ruling alliance broke apart on the 4th of March. Earlier, as he addressed the Parliament and proposed for the confidence vote, Premier Dahal said Nepali Congress had betrayed him on various occasions and his government had struggled to give momentum to development plans. He had also clarified that he had not betrayed Nepali Congress. Dahal assumed the position of executive head on 25th of December 2022. He took the first floor test on 10th of January 2023, receiving 268 votes. Almost 2 months later, after changes in the ruling alliance equation, Dahal had taken vote of confidence once again on the 20th of March. He had received 172 votes back then. Several leaders exchanged some verbal volleys at the Parliament today as Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal prepared to take the vote of confidence at the House of Representatives. Chairperson of CPN UML from the ruling alliance, KP Sharma Oli, stated Nepali Congress had betrayed them time and again, resulting in instability. Oli said Nepali Congress began the series of instability in national politics by changing the government equation within 2 months last year. Oli also added Prime Minister Dahal and himself had a big role to play in the formation of the current alliance. Nepali Congress, meanwhile, raised question on the Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Ravi Lamichhane regarding the issue of victims of microfinances and cooperatives. Congress General Secretary Bishop Prakash Sharma said his party could not lend support to the Prime Minister, saying he forgot the commitment made to the public. Lawmaker Mahindra Raya Yadav claimed the current coalition was in favour of the nation, saying that the previous alliance was unnatural. He added the current agreement was for political stability and amendment of the constitution. Rashtra Swatantra Party's Swarnim Wagle clarified that the party had not joined the government to dent any plans and said they would quit the government if they fail to deliver. Rashtra Prajatantra Party Chair Rajendra Lingden opined the current alliance was solely made to sustain power and said his party would stay away from the game. It is time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what do you think the government should do immediately in order to address the issue of victims of loan sharks? Your options are A. Remission of illegally issued loans, B. Action against loan sharks, and C. Provide full authority to concerned commission. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. We'll take a short break here. More news coming up. The United Nations has said a new land route has been used to deliver food to northern Gaza for the first time in 3 weeks. The Israeli military said 6 trucks from the World Food Programme crossed via a gate in the Gaza border fence. It added last night's delivery was part of a pilot to prevent Hamas from taking over the aid. It comes amid global pressure on Israel to allow more access to the Palestinian territory for aid amid a looming famine as it continues its war on Hamas. A boat carrying 200 tons of food aid for distribution by a charity also set sail from Cyprus yesterday, inaugurating a new maritime corridor into the Palestinian territory. It is expected to arrive near Gaza tomorrow. However, it has been widely pointed out that access by road remains the quickest way to get in urgently needed supplies. The UN said the WFP convoy was able to use an Israeli military road that runs along the Gaza border fence to reach the north and deliver enough food for 25,000 people to the Gaza city. The UN says at least 576,000 people in Gaza, 1/4 of the population, are one step away from famine. It has warned that time is running out for the estimated 300,000 people who are isolated in the north of the territory, which UN agencies have struggled to access for several months due to Israeli restrictions, the ongoing hostilities, and a breakdown of law and order. As Gaza's humanitarian crisis deepens, Qatari and Egyptian mediators say they are continuing to push for a truce between Israel and Hamas. The war began when Hamas gunmen attacked southern Israel on 7th of October, killing about 1,200 people and seizing 253 hostages. The Hamas-run health ministry has said more than 31,100 people have been killed in Gaza since then. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said in remarks published today, if U.S. troops appear in Ukraine, Russia will treat them as interventionists. In a wide-ranging interview with state television, Putin said if the U.S. conducts nuclear tests, Russia may do the same, adding that Russia is ready from a military technical point of view for a nuclear war. Putin also said during the interview the main goal of Ukraine's recent attacks on Russian regions is to interfere with the upcoming presidential election. Referring to the nearing U.S. presidential election, he said Russia does not interfere in any elections and it will work with any elected U.S. leader. Putin also said that Donald Trump, when he was president, scolded him for sympathizing with now President Joe Biden. Leonid Volkov, the longtime aide to late Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny, said in a Telegram post today he was assaulted with a meat hammer outside his home in Vilnius, Lithuania. Volkov said he was back home from hospital after receiving treatment, adding he had been hit about 15 times on his leg with a hammer yesterday. He said his arm was broken and his leg was wounded but not fractured. Lithuanian police have launched an investigation into the assault. Police spokesperson said no suspects had been yet identified. Volkov has repeatedly angered Russian authorities by organizing anti-Kremlin protests from his base in Vilnius and demanding the release of Navalny from prison when he was still alive. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.